All right, everyone, welcome to Strictly Sports. I am Jacob Browne. We are here from Radio Row here in Miami. As always, joined by my co-host CJ Ure. We are surrounded by all of these TV sets. We've got Yahoo Sports right in front of us. We've got this Twitter lounge. We've got Fox Sports, ESPN, NBC, CBS. They are all here right behind us. It has been a surreal experience so far. I just want to start off by formally thanking FAU Owl Radio for this opportunity, and JP Acosta, who called the NFL like 50,000 times to get us these credentials. We got in. It's an honor. Just being surrounded by all of these media people, by all of these ex-players, Hall of Famers, current players. It has been an absolute honor so far, and we can't wait to see what else we get to experience here. So, CJ, when you were walking around here initially, what was the first thing that took your breath when you walked into this room?
Well, just like most people that probably listen to the show, and just the same as all four of us that are here right now, I go to bed watching these shows. I wake up watching these shows. At my lunch break, I'm watching clips of these shows. And to be here in the same room as all of these guys is really surreal. If I were to get up and Jacob and I were to walk like 5 feet over to the left, we would literally be on the NBC Sports camera right now. That's how crazy this is. The room is set up really professional, and everyone here is really nice. People are wanting to be interviewed. There are PR people walking around asking if you want to interview people. We just had a really cool interview that you guys are going to be able to hear about very soon. And it's just a surreal experience, and it's making this Super Bowl experience so amazing. And I feel like I'm going to need to do this every year now because nothing will be the same.
Well, that's actually the part that I'm most blown away by, actually, is just how nice everyone's been here. We've had multiple people just walk up to us for interviews, and it's just, again, it's been such a surreal experience. If you want to follow the updates from this show, we're going to be getting tons of interviews this week. Please follow at Strict Sports FAU. Again, at Strict Sports FAU, where we're going to have all updates on what interviews we're doing, when we're broadcasting, when things are uploaded. Also on Wednesday, Nonstop Sports, hosted by Sawyer Stoltz, and JP Acosta and Zach Weinenberger, will be airing on Wednesday at some point. Also follow their Twitter at Nonstop Sports FAU for updates on their show. So we're going to switch to a little bit more of a somber note here, a depressing note, and talk about the passing of NBA superstar and legend Kobe Bryant. He passed away tragically in a helicopter crash along with other people, among many dead. His daughter, 13 years old, Gigi, also passed away in this fatal crash. This is just a tragic event for everyone in sports. He wasn't just a basketball icon. He was a cultural icon, a global icon. What do people say when they hit a swish in middle school? They say Kobe. He has just been part of society, part of our childhoods, part of people's adult lives. He's been inspirations for current NBA players, prior NBA players. Just one of the best athletes to ever play basketball, one of the best athletes, period. And he was taken from this earth too soon. And I think, one of the things that's most depressing about this is that, it was his daughter. It's the Altabellis and their daughter. And both families are leaving other children behind. And, this is something that you never want to see. It was a tragic event. Kobe Bryant, 5-time All-Star, so many All-Star games. 5-time NBA champion, many All-Star games. Just affected so many people around the world, and it was so tragic to see. What was your initial reaction, CJ, when you saw this happen?
I was in absolute shock. I couldn't believe it. I was praying to God it was fake. I was hoping that TMZ got the report wrong. I was hoping that all these people had it all wrong. And then, as the reports continued to come out, and at that point I was just praying his daughter wasn't on the helicopter. To find out that they both were there, it's really tragic. It's sad. From what I'm understanding is Kobe kind of took a step away from the NBA and the game, not because he was angry at anyone, but because he wanted to be a father first and spend some time with his family. And Gigi got him back into basketball. I mean, she was blossoming into a really great young basketball player, and Kobe started to be an ambassador for the WNBA, and that duo just seemed unstoppable. And all the videos of Kobe on the court side with his daughter and just teaching her the game, they're just such touching videos, and I'm really sad for the family, and I'm sad for basketball. I'm sad for sports in general, and every social media account for these teams, even over in Europe, soccer over in Europe, are they're deeply affected by this because he was a global brand. He was bigger, he was larger than life. And his post-retirement life, he blossomed into this guy that was like a father figure for everyone, for Kyrie Irving too. It's a huge loss, not only for basketball but for the world.
Completely agreed, CJ. And we were even talking about it earlier. I wasn't even a Laker fan. I was too young as a kid to watch the 10 p.m. West Coast games that he played in, and he still had such a big impact on me, on why I watch basketball, why I love basketball. He's an idol to look up to, and he will be sorely missed. It's been such an amazing experience here at Radio Week in Miami. CJ and I have had a great time just being around all these professional people, the athletes, the media members. It's been an incredible experience. But now we're going to get to CJ and I's predictions on this game. If you couldn't tell from anything I've said earlier, I've got San Francisco winning this game. I think that their defense is going to outduel that Kansas City offense. And I know Kansas City's offense hasn't really been stopped by anyone. But if you look at the amount of people on that San Francisco defense, Quan Alexander, D. Ford, Richard Sherman, the Bosas. I mean, when you look at that San Francisco defense, it overmatches Kansas City's offense, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm worried about the speed from the Kansas City receivers. One thing, though, the number 2 offensive weapon for Kansas City, Travis Kelce, is, I think, going to be a little bit neutralized by George Kittle. So where one of these big advantages Kansas City has is at tight end, San Francisco has one too. So tight end is going to even itself out. I think receiver, you have to give it to Kansas City, but again, I think that the defense of San Francisco is good enough to stop those guys. And the one thing about Patrick Mahomes is that he's had plenty of time in the back to just sit there and wait. San Francisco, you're not going to have that time. He's going to have much less time to run around. And to me, I've got San Francisco winning this game, not in a blowout, but I've got it close, 30-27, the final. That will be the Super Bowl this year. CJ.
So I understand all your points about the 49ers. I have, at the beginning of when we started doing the show, what did I tell you? I had the 49ers in the Western Conference, the NFC Championship. Same thing, really.
Same thing, yeah, basically.
Their sports teams are in the same conference, whatever.
Yeah.
I had the San Francisco 49ers at the very least in the NFC Championship. I had them playing Russ and the Seahawks, which wasn't really that far off.
I mean, if Seattle had been healthy, that would have been, yeah.
But and then I said, I guess it wasn't a crazy prediction because at the time the 49ers were like 6-0, 7-0. I was like, this team can go all the way. There were people still doubting them, but I was always in the 49ers corner. But I have always been in the Kansas City Chiefs corner, no matter what. I remember sitting on my couch in IVA, Innovation Field. Actually, I was sitting on my friend's couch. This was my freshman year. Okay, this was a few years ago. All right, and I remember the Kansas City Chiefs draft Patrick Mahomes, and my friend looks at me and he's like, "That's I didn't expect that." And I said, I promise you, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. And my friend to this day will always credit me with that. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I have been a Mahomes fan since he was at Texas Tech. I like Mahomes. I like Andy Reid. I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this game. There's some magic in the air. Mahomes and Andy Reid, they get their dynasty started. Okay? They're going to start to win the Super Bowls. There are going to be frequent appearances here and there. He's going to have to contend with Lamar Jackson because I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to come back hungry next year. But this is the Chiefs' year. Andy Reid gets his ring. He's not going to stop here. They're going to be back. I love this Chiefs offense. They run rampant. I mean, I understand that the 49ers have an amazing defense, and I'm never going to take that away from them. I love the 49ers defense. I love their personnel. I love Shanahan's game plan. But there's just no containing Patrick Mahomes for 4 quarters. You might contain him for 2 drives. He's going to score on the 3rd or 4th. I didn't like how Jimmy G only threw 8 completions in this past game against the Green Bay Packers. Now they won, and they won decisively, and it wasn't even a game. But Mahomes is going to make Jimmy G throw, and that is exactly what the Chiefs want.
Well, I look at it this way.
The Chiefs do not want them to run the ball down the throat. They're going to stack the box. So Jimmy G's going to have to throw. He's going to be put in situations where it's going to be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. You know where the ball's going. You know they're going to look at George Kittle.
Well, yeah. I mean, to me though, Mahomes is going to have to throw as well because the Chiefs don't have a running game.
Used to it. He's used to throwing 40 times a day.
Right, and you could go either way with this debate. I mean, there's arguments to both sides. I mean, it's going to be a field goal difference game, in my opinion.
Yep.
I know we had Dustin here, and he's saying it's either going to be a San Francisco blowout or a 3-point loss. I don't personally think that, but when I look at this game, I just say you got 2 great head coaches, 1 incredible quarterback and 1 pretty good quarterback, and then I look at San Francisco's running game. Advantage over Kansas City. San Francisco's defense, advantage over Kansas City. San Francisco offensive line, advantage over Kansas City. So when I look at everything combined, San Francisco's a better team. Patrick Mahomes is the only thing about that. If Patrick Mahomes is not on the Chiefs, I wouldn't even be thinking about the Chiefs to win this game.
No, but the Chiefs wouldn't be in the game.
No, they would. Good point.
But the thing is I tip my hat. Like, I give the Chiefs every advantage in the world in terms of weapons. Sure, they might limit Tyreek Hill. There's three other guys on that depth chart that run almost just as fast as him. Travis Kelce. I love the tight end matchup in this game too. These are the 2 best.
But at the same time, don't those 2 neutralize each other out essentially?
Absolutely. But here's the thing: Travis Kelce's in an offense where there's about 4 other weapons that they can throw to. I don't like Jimmy G's weapons whatsoever. I think I like their running back by committee. It's great. It's fun. It's good. It works out for them. But outside of George Kittle, it's just a stretch. They've got some athletes, but they're smaller guys that aren't like unbelievably fast. Where you're just like, wow, because the Chiefs don't have a crazy downfield threat, but their downfield threat is their speed.
Yeah.
And I really like the Chiefs in this game. I like the Chiefs to go 27-24. That's my final prediction. Chiefs 27-24. But if the 49ers were to win, I would not be sitting here surprised.
Well, either way, I think, San Francisco winning a Super Bowl, no one's really going to be excited outside of San Francisco. I think most people want the Chiefs to win if you're kind of independent of the fan situation.
The Jimmy G fangirls would love
yeah. They love them some Jimmy G, man. And we just had Joe pass us by. But anyway, amazing day today. We have had such an amazing time. I want to thank everyone that came to us to interview. This has been an incredible day for us. We're going to be back here Wednesday and Friday. So for this edition of Strictly Sports, I am Jacob Browne. That's CJ Ure. And we'll see you next time.